Jett. Today we're going to start a new series within my channel, fishing for the the beginning fishermen. So today I'm gonna teach you a basic setup for all you beginner fishermen. That's real simple, and it's a good way to catch fish. And it's fishing with a Texas rig, fishing with soft plastics. On my boat, I have a series of soft plastics that you can typically target when you fish. I have a Zoom regular trick worm. It's more in the just regular basic worms. A lot of people, they start off with these worms. Right here you have more of a stick bait. It's also I think that's a big bites thing, and soft plastics are relatively affordable, so it's an easy way to start learning how to bass fish. This is more like a baby bass color. This is more like a June bug. Right here you get kind of like more into the creature bait section of the soft plastics. This is what they call a lizard. And right here, I can't remember exactly what they call these. Let me see right quick, see if I can tell you what they call them. They call these the Z-craws. The Z-craws. These two right here fit more into the creature bait, but all four of these, and you have hundreds, literally hundreds of different colors. So basically, I'm going to show you a simple setup of how you rig a Texas rig. What we're going to take a regular EWG hook. Regular EWG hook. We're gonna rig it onto the soft plastic that we're gonna fish with. We're gonna start with a stick bait. Basically, all of these are similar. The way that you rig them up, there's several different ways of rigging them up. So the basic way that you want to rig, you look at your worm. I noticed that right here there's a slit. I don't know how everybody else does it, but I look at that a way of me kind of making my stuff weedless. So basically what you want to do, I want to come to the opposite side of that slit. So I want to put it to the back, and I want to come right here, and I want to go down just a little bit past the barb, and I want to come out of the worm. Push the worm through. After you get it all the way through, kind of slide it up and turn it. Slide it up. It'll be like this at first. When you slide it up, you kind of turn the hook as you sliding it up. And once you slide it up, it's on there. Now, you can, some people go a little bit deeper into it where they have the worm hanging over the knot itself. I'm not really like that. It's not too big of a difference or whatever, but for the sake of the video, let's go a little farther down. We're gonna rig it up like that. Push it down. We're gonna come through, and we're gonna push the worm up just a little bit past the knot. So once we get it pushed up in the thing, we're gonna take this, kind of measure it out, kind of measure where you want your hook to come out, and you want to stick that point through it. And I want to come out right there where that slide is. So I want to stick it through and come out. See that slot, that little opening spot? The hook is right in the middle of it. And that's how I like to have it, where it's not exposed. It's basically in between, but if something bite it, that hook will slide out and you can set the hook on it. So that's just a basic way of rigging up a Texas rig. It's not the best. It's not the best way, but this is basically how you want it to look. Okay. Like I was saying, these other baits, you're gonna rig them up very similar. I want to show you the different hooks that you can use. Extra wide gap hook, EWGs. This is more of an offset straight shank hook. And these right here are your Yamagatsu G Finesse straight shank hook. Things like I like to fish with my more thinner soft plastics with the G Finesse hook, because it's it's way less plastic than this regular this stick bait. They're way less plastic than the stick bait. So I like to go with these right here when I fish with those. The next step that I want to do in this one-on-one, I'm not gonna only show you a basic how you rig up a worm, a Texas rig or soft plastic. I'm also gonna get out here on the lake, and I'm gonna show you targets in which to look for when you're on the pond. You know, you can do this on the banks, you can do it in boats, you know, you can, it's pretty much the same thing, but I'm gonna basically show you areas in which you can use this soft plastic stick bait to catch bass. Okay everybody, now that we're out on the water, another target that's great, one of the first targets that you want to look into targeting when you're fishing with a Texas rig and pretty much any other rig is a man-made structure. You know, here we have a pretty good sized dock, pier, boat ramp, whatever you want to call it. You want to get your worm as close as possible to the edge of your poles or whatever, your structure that doesn't move. Let's get this boat positioned right, and we're gonna make a few casts. The wind blow you, I don't have a weight on you, but you want to get it as close as possible. Just let that worm just kind of like do its own thing. Just let it slowly sink down along the side of those poles, because what it is, a bass, they're always looking to ambush food. So what they like to do is they like to hide behind things, or feel like they hid. They like to sit in dark areas. So the pier makes for a natural dark area. You know, it's always shielded from the sun. Some areas of it, those poles, they don't move. So a bass like to sit beside that stuff and be an ambush. But once it sinks down, you just let it kind of sink down. And one tactic that I like to do is just to pop my rod tip just slightly up with the worm. Just slightly up with the worm. You know, just give it a little bit over a hop. Another method I like to fish, like here we're gonna target that corner pole. You know, throw it just a little bit past it, because you want it to have time to sink down. After it sinks down a good little while, what I like to use is a slow up, and then just let it fall back down. Just let it naturally just fall back down. Slow up. Leave a little bit of slack on line. Just let it naturally fall back down. Okay. And the last final way, now I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but you wanna get up underneath that stuff. You wanna get up underneath that dock. And you know, this is a little bit more advanced, but you know, you can skip underneath there. See, like I skipped it, went up underneath there. Give it a little bit of line, let it just sink. The whole time you're keeping your eyes on your line. Any slight movement by that line signals a bass. Sometimes they'll grab it on the fall. Sometimes you'll either see it coming back towards you, or you'll feel something tugging on the other end. Okay, the next target you want to target is stumps, trees in the water. You know, water's a little bit low, I imagine, but these are a little shallower than that thing, but they hold fish. So basically what you want to do, you want to throw as close as you can to whatever that cover is. You want to let that worm sink down, and you just want to do the same thing. You want to get a small little pop. Y'all excuse the wind, it's a pretty windy day. Kind of want to give it a little pop, but you want to target areas with trees. Throw it right beside it. Just let that worm naturally just sink down. Pop it a couple times. Pop it a couple times. You just want that worm to jump off the bottom just a tad. Another thing I like to target is small trees and laydowns in the water. If you look right here, you have two small trees. One got limbs, the other one don't really have limbs. It's been in the water for a while. But you want to just kind of like throw around that. Target those areas. Throw that soft flash out there. We're going with a weightless situation. You can use a weight, but we're going to go with more of a natural fall. But you kind of like jig it. Remember to keep your eye on the line. Uh-oh, we got a hit, y'all. We had a hit. Would have been nice. Let's throw it back in there and see if we can catch it. Yeah, might have been a bluegill. Yeah. Come on, we're gonna throw it back in there. We're going after him. Bad throw. We're gonna throw it back in there and see if we can catch this fish. Now the whole reason why you got that weedless presentation is sometimes you can throw up in there. Get in there. Don't be scared to get in there. That's why you rig it up weedless. Okay, right here we have trees, but this is a different type of cover. This is what you call standing timber. We're currently sitting in about 15.5 feet of water, so you got trees that are coming up out the top of the water from 15 feet down below. So basically what you want to do is you want to throw a Texas rig. You want to kind of get as close as you can to the tree. Just get as close as you can, leave some slack in, and just let it fall. Just let it fall. As it falls down, you just jump it down. You just target the trees. You're looking for suspended fish as well as fish that's hanging on the bottom next to these trees. Standing timber, one thing about it underneath the water that you can't see is limbs, tree limbs. Okay, everybody, that'll just about do it on this short little session. Just something simple to show you. Try it at home. You can practice in your backyard, casting your rod. You can throw it. The good thing about a Texas rig, you can throw it on both a spinning reel and a bait caster. You can throw it on the what they call those things, the push buttons. You know, any kind of rod you can throw this Texas rig on. So you just want to kind of target things. You also can catch them on bare bank, grass, a lot of different things like that. So, you know, just get out and wet the line. Like I said, there's no wrong way of really fishing it. You know, fish just love them, you know. So if you put it next to that fish or whatever, you're going to get that bite. And if you're a beginner, then you're going to catch your first fish. So with that being said, I'm going to get on to fishing, you know, try to get out more content and everything else. And I'll talk to you later.